Giants fans, it's week 5, and we're going to play the Chargers. You're watching True Blue Review. Rich, it's week 5, and we're playing another 0-4 team, and I feel very optimistic about this.
We're playing another team with the perfect record.
That's right. That's right. Now, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to hit stats hard, because actually, what Rich and I noted when we were doing our research is how close these two teams really are.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, so we're just going to trade off stats here a little bit and try and give you as much insight as we can as to probably why they tick like they do. So why don't I start off real quick? Yeah. All right, so let's we talk about first downs. The Chargers have had 83.
They got the Giants beat. Giants have only had 72.
Okay. And they've given up 85 to their opponents.
Giants only gave up 78.
Okay. So the point being, though, is that the difference between their opponents and themselves are pretty close.
Yeah, it's
pretty close.
Very close.
And
it's very close.
It's to be noted that even against Philadelphia last week, the Chargers played Philadelphia. They ran them pretty much right to the end, just like the Giants did.
Well, you know what? No, not San Diego. L.A., they're known for that.
L.A., what am I doing?
Last year when they were San Diego,
yes,
they were known for that. You know, they would play teams right to the end of the game, and they would lose on the final plays of the game. They'd miss a field goal, or the other team would make a field goal. That happened to them a lot.
5-11 they ended up
They
last year.
had a lot of really close games last year. I mean, not unsimilar than the Giants in the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to that.
Very much.
Very similar.
Why don't we look at, let's look at third down conversions. We've got some percentages here, again, they're relatively close. The Los Angeles Chargers are at 35% in converting third downs.
Giants are at 37.
Okay, and their opponents are at, the Chargers' opponents are at 46%.
And Giants' opponents are at 42.
Okay, again, that's a play.
They're right there.
Yeah, they're both right there.
These are the same team.
Fourth down conversions, I mean, I don't know if it's really relevant or not. They're 1 for 2. So
I don't know what the heck I'm looking. Oh, Giants are 1 for 6. Oh,
okay,
God,
1 for 6.
That just makes my
That's
heart.
pretty bad.
That's terrible.
That's pretty bad.
That's terrible.
Yep.
Their opponents are 2 for 5, so you know.
Yeah, 1 for 3 on their opponents. Total offensive yards, the Los Angeles Chargers have 1,346 yards, and their opponents have 1,422. So we're looking at about a 100-yard difference.
And Giants are 1,297, and they've allowed 1,437. So the bottom line is these teams are the same.
Yeah,
I mean, these stats are kind of freaking boring.
Again, yeah,
but it's interesting.
Yeah, again, what we're doing is we're pushing the point out to how even these two teams really are. You know, with respect, total rushing yards, the Los Angeles Chargers have 270, and they've given up 654 yards. So they've given up more than double of what they've rushed. Probably not much different than the Giants.
237 to 571.
There was something that we noted in here. I want to kind of skip down, because rushing yards, what they've given up 654 rushing yards. They've also given up 12 sacks. Okay, which insinuates to me that the defensive line is...
The O-line?
No, they've given up that many rushing yards.
Oh.
Okay, so their defensive line has given up 654.
Not good.
And 12 sacks they've given up. All right, so their defensive line seems to be suspect, which actually plays in our favor. How are we looking in comparison with
what,
the
for
Giants?
sacks? They're 8. 8 sacks, and they've given up 8 sacks.
And how many yards rushing have they given up?
Oh, yards rushing. I mean, you remember this team. The first 2 games they did great against the pass, but they didn't do good against the rushing. Third game was kind of like a balance, and then last game they gave a lot of passing yards, but not a lot of rushing yards.
Yeah.
So what am I looking at?
Your total rushing yards that they've given up are 571.
Okay.
So obviously, based on the 2 numbers, it seems like the Giants definitely have the edge in their defensive line being a lot stronger, where they've given up only 8 sacks as opposed to the 12 that the Chargers have given up, and definitely less rushing yards they've given up. Even though it looks like when you're looking at a Giants game, they're giving up rushing yards all over the place. But the past game, I think we noted they only gave up 111. They're averaging 100. They're giving up an average of 135 yards a game.
Right.
I'm sorry, the Chargers are.
Right.
Whereas the
Giants are 125.
Giants are 125 on there. Relatively close between the 2 of them.
Close. These teams are the same. These are the same teams.
Very much so. Time of possession, we can, let's see, total passing yards. This may play in the hands of the Giants as well. The Chargers have given up 846 passing yards, which is 200 plus a game. What are we looking at for the Giants?
898.
So they've given up more, which bodes well for the Chargers.
I find that hard to believe with they don't have a very good.
This last game they gave up 333
Giants have gotten
passing yards.
They've got more of the passing game.
Right.
There's no question about that.
Skipping a little bit ahead, I still want to go back to that, but I did want to note something in reference to some of these stats, in reference to player stats, specifically Keenan Allen. Last week he had a big week.
Yeah, not big enough because Philly still won. But
Philly still won. Nevertheless, he's averaging 13.9 yards a catch.
Yeah, he's good.
334 yards on the season, not too bad. And as long as 50 yards, he's got a touchdown. But I think you definitely got to watch out for him. Our secondary does.
Yeah, I hope they can stick him. They got to put Jenkins on him, I guess. Or well, he's kind of tall. They're probably going to put Eli Apple. Yeah.
Terrell Williams and Travis Benjamin are the other 2 that are actually doing a pretty good job. Travis Benjamin, 11 catches, an average of 16.4 yards a catch.
Yeah, he's opportunistic, but he's not very consistent.
And Terrell Williams, his longest catch of the season, 75 yards, 238 yards, 16 receptions. So it's definitely something I think we got to focus more so on than the rushing game. Their best rusher is averaging 3.4 yards. He's only had 17.
Yeah, but their rusher is good, Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon's is averaging 3.1. And
against the teams he's played so far.
Against what he's played, that's all we can go off of. But we do know that we've struggled against the rush the last 2 weeks.
And we shouldn't have. I don't get that. Last year we were absolutely crushing on the rush.
Yeah.
I mean, teams could not rush against us.
Right.
But now all of a sudden we're giving up rushing yards. I don't understand. And like I'm saying, last couple weeks we've been giving up a lot of passing yards too. I'm confused.
Is Snacks on Weight Watchers? Maybe he's not taking up so much room.
Well, I heard that since the other guy's gone, and I couldn't remember his name last time. Then you brought it up, and I couldn't remember what it was. Hankins. So since Hankins is gone, they got Bromley up there. Bromley doesn't deserve as much attention as Hankins did, and they're able to double team up on Snacks.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So Snacks isn't able to. I mean, they're double and triple teaming this guy.
Bromley's going to have to make his name known.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get in there. He's going to have to start pushing people around so you can take the heat off of Snacks a little bit. So that was some of the interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I think we can talk about stats, but bottom line, in my mind, this is about the will to win. That's who's going to win this game.
I agree with you. I really do. And I mean, we're at Giants Stadium. The fans, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few boo birds out there.
Unless they have a great game.
Yeah.
If they do like the first time Perkins touches the ball, they're going to boo, and I'm going to boo with them.
Yeah.
If he plays, he might not play. So I was looking at the stats that's a good stat. Okay, 1.9 attempts, yards per attempt. 1.9. That's anemic.
How does that compare to, say, Eli Manning?
Eli Manning's probably got like 4.5 yards or something like that. At 5.3, man.
He's got 5.3 yards a carry.
Unbelievable. Every other back on the team has a higher average. They're all over 4.
Yeah.
Shane Vereen's at 3.9.
Yeah. Actually, Vereen has
Gallman's at 3.8.
A couple drops by Vereen, and there was that one where.
But he's a catching back.
Yeah, he is.
He doesn't really run the ball as much. When he does, it's probably not really it may not.
It's
be
yards after catch for him more than likely.
That's where he's gonna. That's where he's gonna shine.
Yeah, exactly.
But Perkins, I'm telling you, that's just a horrible stat. And
we need to see more of.
If they start him again this week, I'm just gonna be really confused. Like, why?
I know.
Explain to me why you're starting him. I just don't get it, man.
I know.
So if he starts, the second he touches that ball, I'm with all other Giants fan in that stadium. He is going to get booed. I know he's going to get booed.
Yeah.
He got booed last week when he touched the ball. Because what did he do on first down? Lost a yard.
Exactly.
And it's like, what?
And he was in Tampa, and he was getting booed.
Horrible, man.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. I think Gallman's going to get some more time.
Yeah.
We have to see what Blueberry wants to do, because it's really up to Blueberry. He doesn't want to change. He does not want to change. And so we'll have to see.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
They finally started moving people around the offensive line, but it's only because guys are getting hurt. I don't understand why they got to wait till guys get hurt to do something.
That's right. And
that's why Perkins didn't play as much last week, and Gallman got to play because Perkins got hurt. He hurt his ribs or whatever it was.
Right. We have to also take.
I don't get it.
We have to also take note that Weston Richburg went out of the game early, and actually Brent Jones took his spot. They moved some guys around, and it seemed to work.
It did.
Fluker played well.
They looked decent.
Fluker's got something to prove this week.
Their offense looked much better last week.
Fluker's got something to prove because they're playing the Chargers from the Chargers. So he's going to have something to prove.
I hope that he just stops his man. That's it.
That's right.
Create some holes. I don't know. Run down the field and do some blocking for whoever's got the ball. I don't know. Whatever he does, I just pray to God they win this game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's imperative. There are a lot of people saying the season's lost. We don't have to win the NFC. We just have to win the NFC East.
The season's not lost.
It's not lost.
But it's not looking bright.
No, it's not looking bright. The odds are definitely against this team.
Historically, teams that start out 0-4, I mean, I think one team has made the playoff in like the history of the NFL since in the Super Bowl era, so it's not looking promising.
Right.
And that's what people are kind of going on. But then again,
if we win a couple of those games we're not supposed to win, we can be back in this. I mean, the Skins lost.
If we win a couple of those games, we're supposed to win.
We need those too.
we were supposed to win a couple of these games, man.
We would be 3-1 at least if we won the ones we were supposed to win. So, anything in closing off of this?
We're just going to be live at the stadium, and it's going to be an absolute blast.
It is.
And I just think that particularly McAdoo, I mean, he is being looked at.
Yeah.
He's being looked at. The fans are getting upset. There's these questions, basic questions that we have. Like to me, a basic question is, why are you starting Perkins? What has he done to earn that playing time? Sit the guy down. Make him think about it. Or sit him down because he can't play. I don't really care why you sit him down. But if a guy is that bad, and his average is that bad, that guy's got to take a bench.
Right.
But why do they stick with him? I'm confused about that.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that he does, going on fourth down once in a while, when instead of taking points. Some of his clock management, it's questionable. I question, and above all, I question his ability to inspire his players to get them to play. Yeah. I do. I question that. So I guess we'll, as usual, we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to a nice they used to have them. I don't know if they do anymore. Players only meetings. Remember those?
You know what? You don't need just leadership from the coach. It's great to have leadership from the coach.
Right.
But the coach has to inspire that sort of leadership amongst the players.
Yeah, certainly.
You know, he's got to have his guys that he kind of looks at him. He's like, you know, hey,
I need you guys to step up.
I need this team to step up.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
and
JPP.
he needs to get his guys to inspire. He needs to get his players to have those player-only meetings or have whatever conversations on the field, off the field, to get them to say, "Hey, man, we need to win a game. Let's do this."
That's right.
We need to live up to our. In the beginning, I mean, they were like number 6 in the power rankings or something when we first started the season.
Right.
Everybody thought, including myself, that this is a team that needs to be reckoned with this year. And where are they now? They're at the bottom of the league.
That's right.
In the power rankings, they're like, and they're a joke on national TV.
They are.
It's horrible.
It's obvious that the teams that have played them, I would say probably the last 2 games, specifically the Eagles and Tampa Bay, showed no respect for them whatsoever, offensively or defensively. I think that this is a great opportunity for the offense to move the ball, to show who they are, and to really just get out there and make a mark on this thing. I mean, they have been so close the last couple weeks, and really it's been the defense that's given it up.
Yeah, last couple weeks, because they took the lead late in the game, at least later in the game, very late in the game, at Tampa Bay game.
Right.
And absolutely should have won that game.
Right.
All they had to do was get a couple stops, and they just couldn't do it.
Right. Well, with that being said, this weekend we're in New York.
We're going to have a great time regardless.
We're going to have a great time. We're going to do everything we can to bring as much of it through our Facebook page to you. So please make sure you're checking out the Facebook page. And I want to thank Tin Cannon Brewery for some great beer yet again. I want to say hello to our friends over at Big Blue Nova. We're fantastic. And I want to thank you for sitting with us. Please subscribe and check out our Facebook page.
See you this weekend, Josh. That's my brother.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the first game at MetLife Stadium together. It's going to be awesome. We've been talking about it for, a while.
Yeah.
So we're excited about finally getting that chance.
All right. Take it easy, folks. We're out.
Bye, Giants fans.